What's up, everyone, and welcome back to my Come Take a Seat challenge. Day 24, which means we have less than a week left, so let's go ahead and get into today's look. So today I'm once again going to be kind of freestyling this because I have a few meetings to go to, and yeah, I don't want to be looking too over the top, but I do need to be done up, you know what I mean? So I'm going to go ahead and start with my brows, and I am just using my little spiked brow glue that I got recently from Temu, and I did this yesterday, and honestly my brows look great and they held themselves. So now that I put that product on, I'm just going to kind of comb out my brows to remove that excess product, but also lay my brows exactly the way that I want them to. So, and I just kind of play around with this until I get exactly how I want them to. And bam! So now I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Browsessive eyebrow pencil, and I'm just going to kind of fill in those little areas that, you know, maybe need some extra definition, extra color, and yeah. So I'm going to go under my brows just lightly with this LA Colors in white for my concealer. And I'm also just going to add some on my eyelids to help with whenever I do apply my eyeshadow that it's there. So for my eyeshadow today, I am going to be using my Urban Decay palette. And like I said, this is going to kind of be more of a natural look. So I'm just going in with a dark color, and yeah, it looks crazy when you first place it. But I'm just going to kind of do this on the outside of my eye, really focusing on that corner. And then we're just going to kind of blend that out and make it look pretty. All right, and now I'm just going to take this lighter color also from the same palette, and I'm just going to be applying that towards the beginning and middle of my eye. So kind of like from this area to like your iris part. And that's just to kind of create some dimension, but also, you know, make your eyes stand out more. So I am going to be wearing lashes today, so I'm going to go ahead and prep those so that way I can put them on. While I'm waiting on my lashes, I'm going to go ahead with my base, and that is going to be the Bare Minerals Buttercream 03 in the Birch 1.5. As always, I like to mix these foundation or tinted moisturizers. I use them as foundations, but I like to mix them because one is a bit too tannish, I guess you could say, and that's this one. And the other one kind of has more of a cool undertone. So what ends up happening with this one is that it just comes off like I look like a ghost, you know, and trying to match my face to my scalp, to my neck, and to my arms, they're all different colors. So I decide to match to my arms since that's what color the rest of my body is. So that's what we're gonna do today. And I'm gonna take my big Morphe brush that I got the other day, and I'm so happy about it. It works so well because then I can just tap don't get your hair in it like I did, but I can tap gently into my skin and you can just see that product going exactly where I want it to without having to drag my skin around. Now we're going to take a beauty blender and just tap, 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 remove any excess product, and also give it a flawless finish because we don't want all those crazy brush marks showing up and making our skin look a lot more textured than what it already is, because you already know it's going to get textured. Skin has texture, so let's not encourage it and make our makeup look any more sloppier. Lashes are almost done drying, so I'm going to go ahead and put on my Maybelline Colossal Lash Mascara, and I'm just applying a very thin layer to that just because I want my natural lashes to blend easier with the lashes that I'm going to put on. I'm going to use my NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop, and we're going to put that on our under eye and chin. And right here, I don't even know what this is called, the middle of your forehead, between the brows. We're going to do that, and we're going to let it sit while we're putting these lashes on. So by the time we get our lashes on, we can go ahead and blend this out, and it should be warmed up and good to go. All right, lashes are on, and as you can see, I did kind of mess up my concealer a bit, but whatever. So now we're just going to blend this out. And I'm really focusing on those dark areas under my eyes. So wherever yours start and end, just make sure you're doing that. And also make sure when you're doing this that you are doing tapping motions, not dragging it, but tapping it and moving it across, because we don't want to drag out our eyes and we don't want to create unnecessary creases that aren't there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and draw my contour line so that way this can also heat up on my skin, because I don't want to just put this on and then go right into it. I do want all of these products to heat up on my skin. That way it's easier to blend it out and just, I don't know, it just looks better when you let it sit for just a bit. That rhymes, let it sit for just a bit. There you go. So now we're ready and we're gonna blend this out, and make sure when you are blending this out that you are blending up. You're not going to blend down, because that will just drag your face down, and honestly it just doesn't look good. If you want a facelift, drag your contour up. I'm gonna go ahead and spray this, but we're not done, so don't step up. So I'm gonna go in with my bronzer, and I use the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation. I've always been, I don't know, I just really like how this looks on my skin. So that means that I'm going to use it. And I'm just going to apply this to give some color back in my face, because as you can see, like, it looks kind of a little crazy, you know? So we're gonna give ourselves some color back and make it work. Next up, we're gonna add just a little bit of blush, and once again I'm doing my favorite color, which is my light baby pink, and I'm adding that to the high point of my face, starting inward or starting outward, blending inward, because we don't want all of this being on the front side of our face. We do kind of want to blend it down and in. I'm not gonna set today just because I don't really want a lot of powders on my face too much. So we are going to go ahead and use what I have heard is the holy grail of makeup. And that is Miss L'Oreal Paris Infallible 3-second setting mist. Okay, I have heard so much good things about her. And every like NFL cheerleader, dancers, everybody who's outside all the time recommends her. So we're gonna go ahead and try her out. Ooh, she is strong for sure. Like, I don't know, even just spraying that on, I feel like my makeup's gonna hold. And like, I literally just put it on my skin. All right, and here is how she looks in the natural light. She's good, she's chic, she's wonderful, and honestly, just a small step up from like a soft natural girl. Like, I feel like you could wear this every day if you prefer lashes, because I love my lashes, so yeah. Be sure to stay tuned for these last few days of this Come Take a Seat challenge. You guys, we don't even have a week left. Like, come on now, stick with it. I got you, okay? Bye.